Ever feel like big RVs are just too bulky, hard to park, and sometimes way out of budget? Well, you're not alone. And that's exactly where small camper vans solve a lot of those problems. They're easier to handle, budget-friendly, and still give you the comfort and freedom to travel wherever you want. So in this video, we'll show you 20 small camper vans worth checking out. We've used clips from different conversion companies and creators, and we'll put all their links in the description. Check them out for a detailed walkthrough and guide on how you can build one yourself. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. Alright, let's begin with the Wildvan VW Caddy Maxi, which solves a pretty common problem. You want a camper that works for daily errands but also transforms into a weekend escape pod. This conversion takes Volkswagen's practical Caddy Maxi and turns it into a tiny home on wheels without losing the usability of the base van. On the outside, it still looks like a regular Caddy, making it easy to park in the city, but there's a neat pop-top roof that quietly adds headroom whenever you need it. Step inside, and you'll see how every bit of space has been used smartly. There's a fold-out bench seat that doubles as a bed for 2 adults, plus a compact kitchen setup with a gas hob, sink, and enough storage to tuck away essentials. The electrical system runs on a 12-volt setup with a leisure battery, and you can even upgrade to a lithium-ion pack if you're planning more off-grid stays. What makes this camper stand out is how practical it feels. Great fuel economy, easy to drive, and simple to use day-to-day. Sure, the headroom feels tight when the roof isn't popped, and the kitchen is on the smaller side, but for a balance of everyday driving and quick camping, the Caddy Maxi nails it. Now, if we're talking about compact vans with a premium reputation, the Volkswagen T6.1 is right up there, and Rising Sun Campers takes it even further with their Explorer conversion. This one's built on the brand new T6.1 platform, so it blends modern safety and tech with the timeless VW camper vibe. To top it off, this particular build gets their iconic conversion with an Ostap's elevating roof, meaning the interior is fresh, new, and untouched. Inside, you'll find privacy-tinted windows with curtains, full carpet lining, and a solid one-piece ply floor finished with durable wood-effect vinyl. The lighting is handled by 4 neat LED spotlights, and a complete power management system is in place with both 12-volt and 240-volt connections. You even get an external hookup under the bonnet for easy charging when you're parked. The kitchen area is kitted out with reed green wood grain furniture topped with solid bamboo, along with a 50-liter fridge and removable water tank. There's insulation throughout, and heating is handled by a diesel unit for cold nights. So, while it keeps that compact VW footprint, the Rising Sun Explorer packs in all the essentials and a few luxuries, making it a well-rounded camper that feels both practical and stylish. Now, moving on to something more compact, the RV Land Cott keeps things simple yet surprisingly functional. Built on the Toyota Town Ace Van GL platform with 4-wheel drive and an automatic transmission, this key-style camper is made for those who want just enough space to enjoy weekends away without going all in on van life. From the outside, it doesn't scream camper. The design is clean and minimal, which makes it blend in just fine in urban settings. Inside, the layout is designed for efficiency rather than luxury. You'll find convertible seating that turns into a bed for 2, some basic cooking facilities, and clever storage solutions tucked into the corners. It seats 5 on the road, but sleeps 2 comfortably once camped. Power comes from a 12-volt leisure battery system, enough for lighting and charging small electronics, though it's clearly geared more for short trips than long off-grid adventures. People love this camper for its affordability and how easy it is to use. Setting up camp is quick, and packing it all back is just as simple. Of course, the flip side is you're working with a pretty minimalist package. The kitchen is basic, and the power system needs careful use on longer stays. But for a straightforward, no-fuss weekend rig, the RV Land Cott does the job well. Now, for families who want a camper but can't compromise on safety, the Wildvan Elm is a thoughtful option. Based on the Nissan NV200, this one keeps its exterior low-key, so it still looks like an ordinary van and fits easily into city parking spots. But inside, it has something that sets it apart. An M1 crash-tested rock and roll bed that doubles as safe travel seats for 2 passengers. That bed unfolds into a cozy small double for sleeping, while the rest of the interior is built around family practicality. There's a compact kitchen with a sink, single-burner hob, and even a clever slide rail table that moves out of the way when you need space. Power is handled by a 12-volt system with multiple charging options, and you can always upgrade if you need more off-grid capability. Families who've used it really like how safe and reliable it feels, especially parents who need proper seating for kids. The interior is snug when you're traveling with 4 people, and keeping clutter under control does take some effort. But in exchange, you get a family-ready camper that balances safety, stealth, and day-to-day practicality in a neat little package. Alright, moving on to something a bit more substantial, the Vantech CC1 Venus shows how the Nissan Caravan Premium can be turned into a true little mobile home. It starts with the Urvan's solid base and gives it a complete transformation. What used to be a plain commercial van now feels like a proper camper built for living in. The back section is shaped more upright and box-like, which might not look flashy from the outside, but it really helps maximize the interior space. And since it still stays under 5 meters in length, parking and maneuvering don't get stressful. Step inside, and you'll notice the cozy wood finish interior that feels more like a cabin than a van. You've got onboard air conditioning, plus a big 15.1-inch flip-down monitor for those times you just want to lounge and watch something. Power-wise, it's stacked with a 200-amp lithium battery and a 2,000-watt inverter, so running your essentials feels easy and steady. The middle section doubles as your lounge and dining space, which can quickly turn into a bedroom when it's time to sleep. A small but practical kitchen is right there too, so cooking isn't just an afterthought. Dual sliding doors make entry and exit simple, while solar panels give it decent off-grid ability. Overall, the Venus stands out because it doesn't compromise. Yes, it's compact, but it's also comfortable and homely, making it perfect for couples who want more than just the basics. What makes the Delica stand out is its genuine off-road ability packed into a compact body. From the outside, it's decked out with custom touches, a swing-out bumper with storage, a bike rack, awning, and even a diesel heater system. Step around to the back and you'll find a full kitchen setup. A water tank is tucked underneath where the spare tire used to be, with a big slide-out drawer for the stove. There's a counter space that doubles for storage. There's a diesel heater to keep things warm, a deep sink with running water, and a small 12-volt fridge built right into the cabinetry. A slide-out cutting board adds workspace, and a removable tray doubles as cup holders. Brian also worked in slot wall panels for flexible storage, meaning he can hook and move things around as needed. The sleeping area is just as smart, a flip-down system with cushions and panels that create a full-length bed, comfortable enough even if you're over 6 feet tall. Since it's an imported Japanese rig, the steering sits on the right-hand side. And it's running a Stage 1 tune now, which bumps up the horsepower and gives the turbo a bit more boost. There's also a side pipe exhaust and a few other mods that make it run stronger than stock. Even with close to 3,600 kilometers on the clock, it's holding up well. Here's a K camper that really shows what Japanese micro RV design is all about. The Nuts RV Spinach is built on either the Nissan NV100 Clipper or Suzuki Everyvan. And while it looks tiny, it makes smart use of every inch. Its biggest highlight is the pop-up roof, which instantly transforms this small van into a 4-person sleeping space, something you wouldn't expect at first glance. The aluminum frame construction keeps it lightweight but sturdy, and there's even an optional galley kitchen tucked inside, proving how cleverly Japanese builders use space. Owners often point out how fuel-efficient it is too, getting over 50 miles per gallon, which makes long trips easier on the wallet. Of course, there are a couple of downsides. The storage space is limited for extended trips. Still, where the Spinach shines is in its ability to slip into places big RVs can't. You can park it almost anywhere, maneuver it through Japan's narrow mountain roads, and still have a proper camper setup once you pop the roof. Instead of focusing on luxury, it's built to give you the essentials in a neat, efficient package, which is really the core of Japanese camper design philosophy. Now, if the previous two campers are all about compact efficiency, the Vanlife Outfitter's Willow is the complete opposite. It's a luxury build that shows just how far professional craftsmanship can take a van conversion. Built on the Mercedes Sprinter 144 4x4 platform, this camper feels more like a high-end apartment on wheels than a rugged RV. Step inside, and you'll notice the interior right away. Poplar veneer panels over hardwood plywood bases give it a warm, refined look. Power-wise, it's fitted with a 600 amp-hour battery bank and a 525-watt solar array, so staying off-grid for long stretches isn't a problem. There's even a slide-out garage tray rated for 500 pounds, perfect for hauling mountain bikes or heavy outdoor gear. Heating and hot water are handled through a hydraulic system tied into the van's engine cooling system, which is both efficient and reliable. Of course, all this comes at a price. The Willow is complex, and while the build quality is outstanding, it does demand more maintenance knowledge compared to simpler campers. Plus, given its high value, it's not really a vehicle you'd want to bash around in rough, risky terrain. But what sets it apart is just how polished and well thought out the design is. This is what happens when budget limits don't get in the way, and every detail is done to perfection. The Rakuneru Lei feels more like a big leap forward in the Japanese compact camper market, rather than just another model. Built on the Bongo van platform, it already gives you more room and strength compared to the smaller K vehicles, which makes it a great base for adventures. What really makes it stand out is Medio's 3D aluminum frame construction. It's light but incredibly strong, meaning the furniture and fittings can actually hold up against the bumps and knocks of mobile living without wearing out quickly. Now, the electrical setup is another highlight. It comes with a CTEK charging system, a 1,500-watt pure sine wave inverter, and even external charging capability. All things that let you stay off-grid longer without worrying about running out of juice. The kitchen is practical too, with a removable faucet that cleverly doubles as an outdoor shower. Meanwhile, the multi-action second seats are camping-specific. You can use them for forward-facing travel or flip them into a dinette setup. Inside, the quick bed conversion saves you time, and the facing dinette gives you a rare bit of social space in a compact rig like this. Storage is smartly handled so you don't feel cluttered. Sure, the price pushes it into the premium bracket, but what you're really paying for is solid build quality and electrical sophistication that rivals bigger RVs, all tucked into a city-friendly van that's ready for serious trips. Now, if you're after a camper that doesn't compromise, not on off-road grit, not on comfort, the Storyteller Overland Beast Mode EXO is exactly that. Sitting on a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 2500 AWD with a turbo diesel under the hood, this rig is basically built for wherever the road quits. From the outside, it looks tough with armor-like mods and an aggressive stance. But that's not just for show. The upgraded suspension, all-terrain tires, and built-in recovery gear mean this van is ready to tackle actual expeditions, not just forest roads. Step inside. Here you still get the premium feel. High-quality materials, smart systems, and flexible features like the electric slide love seat and modular storage. The advanced M-Power energy setup is designed to keep you powered off-grid, while the extensive lighting package makes nighttime exploring safer and easier. You've even got an enclosed wet bath and a refined water system, which makes long stays away from civilization much more comfortable. And yes, the investment is a serious one, which makes it best suited for hardcore adventurers with deep pockets. But the reason the Beast Mode EXO stands apart is because it manages to bring together luxury and true expedition capability in one package. The White House Camper Compo has a bit of history behind it, since White House has been building K campers since the mid-1990s. This Honda N-van-based build shows exactly how far they've pushed the limits of what you can do inside such a tiny footprint. On the outside, it looks cheerful and practical, But you'll notice the pop-up roof tent and rear cargo rack, both of which instantly add real camping potential while keeping the vehicle low profile for city use. Step inside, and despite the size, it works surprisingly well. It can sleep 2 adults comfortably, with mesh windows on both sides that act as skylights for light and ventilation. The bedboard lifts up for extra utility, and with an interior height of over 1,800 millimeters when the roof's open, you can actually stand to change clothes or cook, which is rare in K campers. The electrical side depends on what package you choose, but you could have a portable DC 12-volt fridge, an AC 100-volt microwave, and even privacy curtains, all little touches that make it feel more home-like. Of course, the compact size means you have to embrace minimalist camping and pack thoughtfully for longer trips. Still, for a K camper, the Compo strikes a really smart balance between practicality and efficiency. Next, have a look at the Wayfarer vans. Walter takes a very different approach compared to traditional custom builds. Instead of long wait times and sky-high prices, this Ram ProMaster 136-inch wheelbase conversion focuses on delivering something practical, affordable, and available without months of delay. From the outside, the ProMaster keeps its compact and maneuverable proportions, making it easy to handle in cities while still leaving room for roof racks or subtle add-ons that boost its camping chops without shouting "campervan." Inside, Wayfarer uses its well-known modular system. You've got L-track flooring that lets you change layouts easily, a comfortable bed setup, and plenty of storage boxes and cabinets to keep things organized. Some thoughtful options include a single rear seat, vent fan, vented windows with curtains, a Propex heater, and even an UPS Mega 2 battery setup with an optional e-taker accessory for more power flexibility. We really appreciate the standardized modular design, though that same approach means you don't get the level of customization you would with a fully custom build. And while the simplified electrical system works for most, heavy power users might need extra gear. Overall, the Walter proves that you don't need to break the bank or wait half a year for a reliable, well-designed van conversion. It's a simple, clever package that just works. A lot of adventure vans promise off-grid freedom, but few actually deliver it as smoothly as the Winnebago Revel. Built on the rugged Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 4x4 chassis, this van is designed for people who want to push into remote places without giving up home-like comfort. One of its most useful touches is the diesel heating system. No need to mess with propane tanks. As long as there's fuel in the tank, you've got heat. Add to that 200 watts of solar on the roof, a dedicated alternator for fast charging, and a pair of lithium batteries with a 2,000-watt inverter, and you've got serious energy security, all controlled from your phone. Inside, the Revel makes smart use of its footprint. The power lift bed tucks away to reveal a large gear garage, perfect for bikes, boards, or kayaks. Aluminum cabinetry and heavy-duty latches hold up on rough trails, while the relocated fridge is bigger and easier to reach whether you're indoors or outside. The induction cooktop adds flexibility too, letting you cook inside on a stormy day or outside under the awning. With bug screens, a smartphone-controlled awning, and 4-season insulation, the Revel feels equally ready for backroads or highways. Most K campers give you just a place to crash, but the Rakuneru LiLi shows how clever Japanese design can turn a microvan into a true camping setup. Built on the tiny Daihatsu Hi-Jet cargo, this conversion proves that size doesn't have to mean compromise. Medio, the company behind it, uses its aluminum frame expertise to make a sturdy yet lightweight structure that holds up well on the road. At just 3.4 meters long, the LiLi keeps its tiny footprint for navigating narrow Japanese streets while still sneaking in some thoughtful modifications for camping practicality. Inside is where it shines. Instead of the usual simple bench bed, it has a counter-sitting dinette layout, letting 4 people face each other for meals or conversations. A rare thing in K campers. When it's time to sleep, the modular seating transforms into a bed for 2 adults. Power-wise, it can run with a 100 amp-hour AGM sub-battery, 200 watts of solar, and a proper 12-volt by 100-volt setup, all designed to fit within the KEI platform's limits. Owners say the LiLi feels surprisingly spacious and comfortable for such a small van, especially praising the dinette seating and solid construction. So, as far as microcampers go, this one nails function and comfort in equal measure. If most KEI truck campers feel like makeshift cabins, then check out this Fieldlife Barocco. It's more like a true motorhome squeezed into a KEI. Built on the Daihatsu Hijet truck, it uses Fieldlife's Hydrovac panel shell construction, which gives it both excellent insulation and standout durability. The result is a distinctive mini motorhome profile that feels a cut above the usual KEI box conversions, even coming in unique colors like ice cream. Step inside, and the Barocco feels surprisingly refined. There's an L-shaped dinette paired with a compact galley, plus a standard fridge, a pop-up roof with sleeping space, and premium finishes, including the special KEI package interior. For power, it comes equipped with a robust electrical system, complete with AC capability, battery monitoring, and entertainment systems, features you wouldn't normally expect in something this size. Owners especially appreciate the insulation and thoughtful amenities for longer trips. So, for those wanting genuine motorhome comfort in an everyday drivable package, the Barocco delivers it in style. Many camper vans chase rugged adventure looks, but the outside van Grey Goose was designed with something different in mind: comfort and reliability for long touring, especially for an older couple who wanted to travel cross-country with ease. Based on the Mercedes Sprinter 144, it balances off-grid strength with smooth highway manners. On the outside, it runs 18-inch black Rhino wheels, all-terrain tires, and agile off-road upgrades, giving it solid capability while still staying refined for city driving and long highways. Inside, it's all about smart use of space. You get a 30-gallon fresh and gray water setup, a removable aluminum shower pan with a curtain, a 2-panel bed system with flared windows for more room, plus plenty of thoughtful touches that make extended travel comfortable. The electrical system is one of its biggest strengths, with a massive 945 amp-hour lithium bank, a 90-watt solar panel, secondary alternator, and an Esper hydronic heating system that keeps the interior cozy year-round. Well, the Grey Goose leans more toward comfort than hardcore off-roading, and the advanced systems require a bit of learning to manage properly. But as a touring van built for active seniors, or anyone who values comfort without giving up self-sufficiency, it's a smart and well-balanced build. Not everyone wants a pricey European van build, and that's where the Contravans Chevy Express really makes sense. It takes the familiar, full-size Express platform and turns it into a roomy camper that feels both tough and affordable. The exterior doesn't scream camper. It's mostly the same utilitarian look, though you can add a high top if you want more headroom. That makes it a solid option for anyone who values space without drawing too much attention. Step inside, and the layout is inspired by classic Westphalia setups. You get a full-size bed that converts into either forward or rear-facing seating, a complete kitchen with a Dometic fridge, and plenty of storage options tucked around the cabin. Thanks to the Express's naturally generous dimensions, standing up and moving around feels comfortable compared to smaller conversions. On the tech side, Contravans outfits it with dual 110 amp-hour AGM batteries, a 1,000-watt inverter, dimmable LED lighting, and plenty of USB charging points, enough to keep you going off-grid for extended trips. Owners often praise the sturdy build and the massive interior space, along with the convenience of standing height. Of course, the trade-offs are predictable. Navigating tight city streets takes some patience, and the bigger engine means fuel economy isn't great. Still, for travelers wanting space and reliability on a budget, the Chevy Express conversion ticks a lot of boxes. Big campers can feel like overkill when you're trying to reach narrow mountain paths or off-road trails, and that's where the Smile Factory off-time base stands out. Built on the compact Suzuki Every, it proves you don't need size to have serious adventure capability. On the outside, it carries rugged styling with a distinctive side-opening pop-up roof and custom air suspension that boosts its off-road performance. It still keeps the ultra-compact footprint of a K van, which means you can slip into spots bigger rigs wouldn't dare. Inside, the off-time base keeps things practical and straightforward. Sleeping space is set up for 4, with 2 bunks plus convertible seating in the main cabin. There are thoughtful storage solutions and the basics you need for a proper camping trip. Power-wise, it runs a simple but reliable electrical setup that supports lighting and small appliances without adding unnecessary complexity. Campers who've used it rave about the innovative roof design and the way this little van gets them into places most campers can't reach. It's not luxurious, and the minimal setup means you'll need to embrace a more back-to-basics style of camping. Packing carefully is also key since space is limited. But if the goal is reaching remote places with a capable little van, the off-time base delivers a clever solution. Many van conversions look great online, but don't always work in day-to-day life. The Wildvan LiLi, on the other hand, focuses squarely on real-world usability. Built on a smaller van platform, it aims to balance daily driving with camping practicality, and the understated exterior helps it blend in wherever you park. That means it works just as well for city living as it does for weekend getaways. Inside, the LiLi reflects Wildvan's signature craftsmanship. There's custom woodwork throughout, clever storage solutions, and a well-thought-out layout that makes the most of the limited space. It's designed primarily for 2 people, giving just enough comfort without overloading the small footprint. The electrical setup is intentionally simple. Reliable power for the essentials without the added complexity or cost of advanced systems. Owners regularly highlight how solid everything feels, praising the attention to detail and the practical design that actually holds up on the road. It's not the cheapest option, since quality materials and craftsmanship come at a higher cost, and, like all compact campers, it requires disciplined packing to keep things organized on longer trips. But for travelers who want a conversion that balances everyday practicality with camping comfort, the LiLi feels like a thoughtful and dependable choice. A lot of people assume you need a massive RV for real adventures, but the Route 6 Seek shows how compact campers can deliver comfort and capability. Its base model is the Honda N van. This build emphasizes efficiency and practicality, keeping operating costs low. On the outside, it stays discreet, with subtle upgrades that improve camping functionality, but don't draw unwanted attention in urban areas or restricted camp zones. Inside, every detail is designed to serve multiple purposes. It seats up to 4 people comfortably while driving. And when it comes time to sleep, the setup is designed for 2 people inside the van, which is cozy and perfect for solo travelers. But here's the fun part. If you opt for the pop-up roof, you can expand the sleeping space to fit up to 4 people. So, a small family or a group of friends can all crash for the night without feeling cramped. The electrical and mechanical systems follow the same philosophy. Simple enough to avoid reliability issues, but capable enough to handle extended camping. You won't find overcomplicated tech here, just the essentials that actually work. It's basically a city-friendly van that transforms into a surprisingly capable little camper, letting you go from daily errands to weekend adventures without skipping a beat. So that was our video on the 20 small camper van you should see. Let us know your favorite pick in the comment section, as we'd love to hear from you. If you loved the Japanese KEI campers featured in this video, we covered multiple dedicated videos on Japanese KEI campers. We also covered a bunch of affordable camper vans, budget overlanding picks, and so on. We'll put the links to those videos in the description box. Check them out if you're planning to start your van life without spending too much. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.